You ever feel like life is moving too fast, like you're sprinting through it, but somehow still stuck? You scroll through social media, see everyone else's highlight reels and wonder, why am I not there yet? Why do I feel so behind? You sit there, heart racing, mind spinning, and you realize you've been looking for answers in the noise. But here's a truth most people never tell you. The real power, the real transformation starts in silence. Not in endless scrolling, not in chasing applause, not in proving anything to anyone. Silence, observing, being present. And yes, that sounds simple. But simple is rarely easy. Most of us are terrified of it. We're addicted to distractions because silence forces us to confront the truth we've been avoiding, the truth about ourselves, our choices, our fears. Imagine what would happen if, just for a moment, you stopped just for a few minutes a day you observed in silence. No phone, no noise, just you. And in that quiet, you watched your thoughts. You noticed your emotions without judgment, and slowly, without even realizing it, you started understanding something profound. Life isn't happening to you. Life is happening through you. If that hits home for you, pause right now, like this video, comment below, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe. Because we're about to dive deep, and I promise you, by the end, your perspective will shift in ways you never expected. Here's the thing about silence, it's not emptiness. Silence is clarity. It's where you strip away all the distractions, all the noise, and you see your life with stark honesty. And here's where Stoicism comes in. The ancient Stoics, they weren't monks hiding in caves. They were warriors of the mind. They understood that we can't control the world around us, but we can control how we respond. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said something so simple yet revolutionary. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about that for a second. Strength isn't in controlling everything. Strength is in mastering yourself. I know what you're thinking, easier said than done. I get it. I've been there. I've spent nights tossing and turning, replaying the worst moments of my life, feeling like I had no control. But here's the thing. The moment I learned to observe in silence, to notice without reacting immediately, something shifted. Instead of reacting, I responded. Instead of panicking, I paused. And instead of fearing the future, I felt gratitude for the present. Gratitude. That's the second key. Most of us chase success, chasing milestones, thinking happiness is something we reach. But happiness isn't at the finish line. It's in noticing what's already here. Your morning coffee, your messy hair, the sound of birds outside your window, the people who love you, even when you feel unworthy of it. Epictetus, another Stoic, reminded us, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. That's the magic. Gratitude rewires your mind. Gratitude turns scarcity into abundance. Gratitude allows you to see that even in struggle, life is offering you lessons, strength, and opportunity. Let me tell you a story. A friend of mine, let's call him David, he was stuck in the corporate grind, working 12 hours a day, climbing a ladder that felt endless yet empty. He was burned out, angry, lost. One day I told him, David, just try this. 5 minutes of silence in the morning. Observe. Don't try to solve anything. Just watch your mind. He laughed, he scoffed, but he tried. On the third day he came back to me, eyes wide, voice shaking. He said, I've been so busy chasing life that I forgot I was living it. For the first time in months I felt peace. That's the power of observing in silence. That's the first step toward mastery over yourself. But don't get me wrong, silence alone isn't enough. You need action. You need to live intentionally, guided by gratitude. The Stoics didn't just meditate, they lived. They faced challenges, embraced discomfort, and acted in alignment with their principles. And that's what transforms a life. It's easy to read quotes about gratitude, watch motivational videos, and feel inspired for a moment. But inspiration without action is like a spark in the wind. It disappears before it ignites anything real. Here's a truth bomb. Your life isn't waiting for perfect conditions. It's happening now. Your relationships, your health, your purpose, it's all unfolding in this very moment. You can spend years wishing, hoping, planning, or you can start observing, appreciating, acting today. Think about your daily routine. How many moments do you spend reacting on autopilot, checking your phone before your feet even hit the floor, complaining about traffic, your job, your circumstances, dwelling on what you can't control? Imagine if you replace just one of those moments with silence. 5 minutes. You watch your thoughts, notice your breath, and anchor yourself in the present. Suddenly the irritation fades, the pressure lifts, and in that calm you find clarity, and clarity leads to gratitude, and gratitude leads to freedom. I want you to picture this. You wake up tomorrow, not with anxiety or dread, but with awareness. You breathe. You notice the light in your room. You feel your body, your heart, your mind. You take stock of one thing you're grateful for, just one, and then another, and another. Your mind starts shifting. You notice opportunities instead of obstacles. You see lessons instead of failures. You act with intention instead of reaction. That's not a fantasy. That's achievable. And it starts with silence. Now, here's where most people stumble. They think they need a grand plan, a life overhaul, some huge event to spark change. They wait for the perfect moment. But Stoicism teaches us differently. It says, you already have everything you need, all the power, all the wisdom, all the tools. You just need to observe, to reflect, and to act. Let me give you another example. I once met a man, call him Robert, who had lost almost everything: a job, a relationship, a home. He was broken. He told me, I don't know how to move forward. Life has beaten me down. I asked him one simple question. Robert, what's one thing you're grateful for right now? He laughed bitterly, almost angrily. Grateful? Me? I smiled and said, just try. He closed his eyes. After a few minutes he whispered, I'm alive. That was it. That single acknowledgement shifted his entire mindset. From that day he started rebuilding, slowly, painfully, but with purpose. He learned that gratitude isn't about having it all, it's about noticing what you already do. And when you notice, the world responds differently. Opportunities appear, relationships heal, inner strength awakens. I want you to feel that same power, right now. No matter where you are, no matter what you're facing, silence and gratitude aren't just philosophical ideas, they're tools, weapons even, for crafting a life that's unshakable. And here's the best part. You don't need permission. You don't need a guru. You don't need someone to validate your worth. You simply need to start. Start today. 5 minutes of quiet observation. 1 moment of genuine gratitude. 1 small intentional action. Repeat every day. And you'll see, almost imperceptibly, that your mind becomes stronger, your heart becomes lighter, and your life begins to align with what matters most. And in that alignment, everything else, your work, your relationships, your dreams, falls into place naturally. So here's my challenge to you. Tonight when you lie down, take 5 minutes. Close your eyes, observe, notice your thoughts without judgment. Find one thing to be grateful for, then take one intentional action tomorrow morning that aligns with your values. It could be calling a loved one, writing a plan, finishing a task you've been avoiding, or simply smiling at a stranger. Small actions rooted in awareness and gratitude compound. They create momentum, and momentum changes everything. And when you do, come back to this video. Share your experience in the comments. Tell me what you noticed. Tell me how your life shifted even slightly. Because your story, your transformation, can inspire someone else who's lost, who's struggling, who feels like life is out of control. Remember, power isn't found in chaos or in control over others. Power is found in stillness, in clarity, in noticing and in acting with purpose. Observe in silence, live with gratitude, embrace Stoic wisdom not as philosophy but as a practice, and watch as the ordinary moments of your life transform into something extraordinary. Your life is happening right now. The question is, will you observe it or let it pass unnoticed? Will you embrace gratitude or chase illusions? The choice is yours. And here's the truth. If you start today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, you will never look back the same way again. So breathe, observe, appreciate, act, and let your life become a masterpiece of clarity, strength, and gratitude.